You know, since Father Dave has arrived here at our parish, I have gotten to know a few of his former parishioners from St. Mary Magdalene. If it's not, they come here sometimes, but also they email me, they want to check up on them, making sure we're keeping them in line. And I said, well, you know how that goes. Never that easy. Never that easy. But anyways, a couple of his parishioners shared a story with me, and the names were Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom were pretty active parishioners there at St. Mary Magdalene, and they were fishermen, and they decided to head out onto a boat one day and go fishing, but something happened, the weather got bad, boat tossed to and fro, and they ended up stranded on a deserted island. And, they sat there, and Bob paced back and forth. You know, he was so nervous. Who's going to find us? Will we ever be found? We're gonna die here on this deserted island. And he looked at his buddy Tom, and he said, Tom, why aren't you nervous? Because Tom was just sitting back there taking it all in, enjoying the beach, enjoying the sunshine, and he says, I can't believe that you're not worried, that you're not, scared of what's going to happen to us. And Tom looked at him, and he says, look, I make $10,000 a week. He says, I contribute 10% of that $10,000 every week to St. Mary Magdalene. I promise you, Father Dave will find me. Today, I'd like to talk to you today about stewardship. Stewardship and the state of our parish here at St. Mark. I've shared with you before that when my mom passed in 2019, the one thing that was truly evident in those days of remembering, of mourning, of celebrating her life was that my family received a great deal of support and help during those most difficult days. It was the communities of faith that supported us, and they were present to us in those most challenging days. That same thing happened this last year in January when my father passed away. Be it the Catholic parishes that we were raised in, be it the parishes that they participate or belong to, or be it the parishes that I've been involved with, and especially this community here at St. Mark, belonging to these communities had a great impact in our lives during those most difficult times. You see, being a part of a faith community gives our lives and even our death meaning and purpose. A faith community walks with you through life's joys and also life's purposes. My parents taught me that belonging was not just attending, but it was being a part of something, through our time volunteering, through sharing of our talents, and also giving of our treasure. You see, we need a community to help us reach those points in our lives, those goals in our life. Faith is not an individual journey. Believe it or not, it's a team sport. We need each other. We are on this journey together. And so that leads me to what I want to share with you today. I've worked in parishes full-time for over 38 years of my life. The hardest thing to do is to get up here and to give a talk about stewardship, about tithing. No one wants to hear the talk about money. I get that. But at the same time, it's important to present and also to reflect on where we are at, not only as a parish in terms of stewardship, but also in our own personal lives. As I said earlier, stewardship, so often in the church world, we refer to stewardship as time, talent, and treasure. The use of time in the context of stewardship, God calls us to be a part of a community of believers. There's no such thing as an independent Christian. We need one another. Iron can sharpen iron only when it is rubbing together. God reveals himself to us in a number of ways. A primary way is through the fellowship of believers. We should eagerly look forward to our time together. I guess we need to ask ourselves, do we give God the appropriate portion of our lives? Or do we just give him what's left over? The use of talents in the context of stewardship refers to the way that we offer our abilities, our skills, those interests that the Lord has blessed us with. How do we share those with the good of those around us? While God gives us these things for our own enjoyment, He also intends for us to use them to help build up others. Doing so is a practical way to say, love your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself by sharing those gifts and talents. It is also a way to love the Lord with all that you have, because that is all that He gave you. He said, do this for Him, but do this for others. And when we share those gifts and talents in a community sense, we're doing it for others. The use of treasure in the context of stewardship demonstrates both love of God and also love of neighbor. When I trustingly offer a sacrificial gift to God through the offertory collection, I'm showing Him a very tangible way that He comes before all else in my life. At the same time, my gift is also a gift to my neighbor and a way to show my love for others through needed material assistance for charitable works, maybe religious formation here in the parish for both children and adults, and many other ways that our parish family works together to worship and serve the Lord in this community. I've been so impressed over the years, especially the last 10 years, I've been here now 10 years, at the generosity of this community. The leadership at St. Mark strives to continue to be good, responsible decision makers when it comes to the resources put before us by you, the people of God. I want to thank you for continuing to see the need and always responding to that need. Now, St. Mark moves forward because of your generosity. I truly, truly appreciate that. When you take home a copy of the bulletin today, I already spoke about this, you are going to see a green insert that gives a recap of our parish budget for the fiscal year 2023-2024. In the Diocese of Lansing and also all the parishes that are in the Diocese of Lansing, our fiscal year runs from July 1st to June 30th of each year. The good news is, because of your continued support, St. Mark continues to run fiscally in the positive. Your sacrifice makes it so much easier for us to carry out the mission that has been entrusted to us as parish leaders, and I want to thank you for that. When it comes to the brick and mortar of our parish complex, along with the Finance Council, we have looked at the future vision of our complex as one of more maintenance than it is building. And that basically means that we'll continue to use our resources to improve the infrastructure and not to build anything to our complex. Of course, I always try to present to the Finance Council how neat it would be, how great it would be if we had a small-scale replica of the big house out there in the field, but that's not prudent, so I kind of pulling back from that one. But I thought it might be a good idea. But in this last year, I just want to share with you a few things that we have done, to improve our infrastructure. This building right here, both the church and the parish center, 40-plus years old, we replaced the gutters, which were much needed because some of them were rotting. They had several holes in it, and that was going to affect, the brickwork on the outside. But we replaced those at a cost of $55,000. We replaced the cracked and uneven cement pad for the dumpster, as well as built a new barrier around it at a cost of about $10,000. At the request of the Michigan Catholic Conference, we replaced all of our outside door locks, and we installed a key fob system that allows us to control access easier at a cost of about $8,000. Because of our changing times in this world, we also found that it was very important to install security cameras throughout our complex at a cost of about $15,000. We will continue, along with the Finance Council and our Buildings and Grounds crew, to review our maintenance needs and respond to those needs with prudence. People often ask me about the solar panels that we have installed in the last couple of years. We put solar panels on the rectory house, as well as we installed them on the roof of the parish center. If you ever get a chance to fly over or even see a picture, when they set them up and put them up there, they put it in the form of a cross. So kind of a neat thing that we're evangelizing even from the air. All right? Most of the information that I receive on a monthly basis, they come in all these colorful charts and they have all these figures on them. You know, it's much beyond my pay grade because they talk about kilowatts, and to be honest with you, the only watts I know are the two NFL football player brothers, okay? A few of you got that, so that's good. Thanks, Tony, you laughed, so. But anyway, I wanted to put it in terms of what we have been paying for our utility bill. Now, in 2017, we paid $6,500 for our utility bill for the year. All right, now, over the course of the last handful of years, there has been an increase because of inflation of almost 6% each year. Okay? In 2023, our yearly utility bill was $3,000, almost definitely cut in half, and even probably greater than that. So it goes to show you that we're not only saving, but we're doing our part, to use renewable energy as much as possible. It takes a great deal to run a parish, and it takes you, the people of God, to reflect upon what all of us together can do to support our parish family. This last couple of weeks, I registered our 500th family here at St. Mark. So when I came, we were at about 400. So it's a beautiful thing to see that our community is still growing. But with that to say, in this last year, about 60% of those 500 families contributed in some way. Wouldn't it be great if 100% contributed? Our stewardship can be done through traditional envelopes, online giving, and even downloading the app where you can tithe right from your smart device. As we continue to grow, that means more opportunity to become a part of a faith community that will walk with you through life's joys and also life's challenges. Remember, being a part of a faith community, it gives our lives meaning and purpose. Belonging is not just attending. Make your belonging a part of life through time, talent, and treasure. I encourage you to go to our website and to go to the ministries and activities page and click on the stewardship form. There you can see the many ways that you can share time and talent, with our community. There are also a few of these cards back there, but we're trying to encourage you, to do it electronically if you can. On this card, see how good I am. Father Dave could never pull this one off because he doesn't know how to use a smartphone that well. But if I were to take my camera and I take it and I put it right there on the QR code, you hit it, and what does it do? It comes right up to the page, Stewardship Commitment Form. How easy that is. Now you might say to yourselves, well, I've already shared with everybody what I want to do. Well, it's good to update that. It's good to reflect on it and say, this is what I would like to do this year. All right, there's all kinds of boxes on there. You can check for being volunteering to be a lector, a Eucharistic minister, maybe, participate with the men's club or the CCW. Lots and lots of different things that you can do to participate here to share your time and your talent. So I encourage you to take a look at that card. So on behalf of Father Joe, our pastor, myself, Father Dave, our complete staff here at St. Mark, we are so grateful to you for all the sacrifices that you continue to make and the generosity that you give to this parish. Thank you for your continued stewardship through time and talent and treasure. I couldn't be happier being a part of this faith community here at St. Mark. I truly love this parish and the people here. People, please continue to pray and ask God where he needs you to be a good steward of your time, your talent, and your treasure. Once again, thank you, and God bless all of you, and keep up the great work of making this a very special parish family. Thank you.